Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for joining me here in Macland. In our English lesson today, I'm going to be talking to you about subordinating conjunctions, and we're going to try and vary where we are using them in our sentences. Before I move on, I'd like you to sort of scream at me, say out loud, as many subordinating conjunctions as you can remember. I'll give you 5 seconds. Boom! Hopefully you've got a whole bunch of these ones. We've talked about them in class. We've called them rainbow words. We've used the acronym ICE or WABUB to try and remember them. They're a great way of trying to get subordination into your sentences. So what are we actually going to be doing? Grab yourself a pen and paper and let's dive into some work. All right, here we go. I've already got my page set up. I've got a learning objective up there to show what we are actually learning as well. But before I choose a subordinating conjunction, we need a little bit of a stimulus. And so I'm going to go with my good friend Moana. There she is, standing with a map in the front of her boat with hey hey and the heart of Te Fiti right there. Moana, everyone's favorite, at least one of Archie's favorites. You're welcome. Right, where is she? There she is. Let's put her up there. So what can we write? Let's just choose a subordinating conjunction. Let's go with as. Let's go with as. Okay, so what's Moana doing? She's standing on the front of the boat. So let's go with Moana stood on the great start here to this video. Moana stood on the front as the boat headed into, this is where I'd ask for some help, headed into the no, Mr. Mac, don't sing on YouTube, it's not a good idea. Moana stood on the front as the boat headed into the sunset. So let's go with sunrise. I need an adjective. What sort of sunrise? Glistening sunrise. Thank you very much. Whoever shouted that at me, I heard you. So on the front, talking about boats. No, I'm going to, if I need some boat knowledge, boat lingo, let's go with bow. Moana stood on the bow as the boat, it's really like an outrigger, really. Let's go with outrigger. Bow as the boat. Oh, we got some nice alliteration if we go with boat though. Let's stay with outrigger. Moana stood on the bow as the outrigger headed into the glistening sunrise. Beauty. Right, there's our as. That's our subordinating conjunction. And that should tell you that that is the start of the subordinate clause. So that is our subordinate clause, which means the other one, of course, is the main clause. So Moana stood on the bow is our main clause. Now, in order to satisfy that learning objective, we have to know, firstly, identify those two things, and then know that we can change them around. And to do that, let's just go with 1b. So a different way of writing this same sentence, just varying sort of the structure of it, I guess, is to take our subordinate clause. I'm just going to control copy, control paste that right there, and then put in the main clause at the end. Control copy, control paste. There we go, and we've done it. But Mr. Mac, you've missed out a full stop. Yeah, there it is. Bam, done. Hopefully, capital letter girl is looking at me right now saying, Mr. Mac, you ain't got no capital A. And there it is. Perfect. No? Oh, I can hear people shouting at me already. Mr. Mac, you've missed out something. And indeed I have. It's a piece of punctuation. In this first sentence, the as, our subordinate conjunction, acts as like a separator between the main clause and the subordinate clause. But we've included it at the start in our second example, but we still need something to separate those two clauses. And it is a piece of punctuation, and it's a comma, and it goes right there. So our second sentence now is perfectly punctuated, and it reads, as the outrigger headed into the glistening sunrise, Moana stood on the bow. Okay. Two great examples that have subordination in both, but one, the subordinating conjunction is in the middle, and the other one is at the start. If you like to pause me now and write your own sort of sentence using a subordinating conjunction about Moana, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I'm going to jump back and have a look at our next example. All right, so let's say goodbye to Moana and let's go with someone else. How about we go with this lovely lady here? Oh, look at her. Elsa in the sink, I believe she is. Don't ask me, I don't really know what was going on. But she's in the sink. There she is, having a nice little bath. Okay, so we need to choose a subordinating conjunction. Let's go with while. I like green. Let's go with while. Okay, let me jump back into my Word document. We'll go with number 2. Let's have a little bit of a break. 2A. And what would have been happening? I walked in while he was having his dinner. So the boy ate his dinner while, subordinating conjunction, while, what's her name? Elsa. Elsa had a bath, sink bath. Let's call it a sink bath. Beauty right there. So where is our subordinating conjunction? Kabam-a-bam, there it is. It is while, which tells us that that is the subordinate clause. So let's just highlight that. All right, so to change that up now, tell me what you're going to do. That's right, you're just going to take that while, that whole, in fact, you're going to take the whole clause. You're going to whack it at the front. You're going to take the main clause. You're going to whack it at the end. Bam. But then you've got to fix it a little bit, especially if you're typing like me. Capital letter girl shouting at me saying, bam, bam, bam. Change that. Well, Elsa had a sink bath. We've got a random capital letter in the middle of a sentence now. There's not a one. We haven't got a full stop. Got that right there. And of course, I can hear you already screaming at me through the camera. I need a comma to separate the main clause and the subordinate clause. Main clause at the end, subordinate clause at the start now. So our sentences read, the boy ate his dinner while Elsa had a sink bath, and while Elsa had a sink bath, the boy ate his dinner. 2 perfectly punctuated sentences with subordinate clauses and main clauses in them. Right, pause me now. If you want to write a sentence with a subordinate conjunction, look around the room, see if you can come up with some stimulus yourself. You might have bits of Lego across the place. You might have a few Beanie Boos lying about. Or you might be able to find some other sort of inanimate object, a cup, a spoon, anything. Just bring it to life, use a subordinating conjunction, and write 2 different examples of your sentence, depending on where that subordinating conjunction is. That's all for now. I am going to ask you just to do one other little thing, and that's to check out a survey I've put together. Here is the link to it. I've included a QR code just over, where is it, there. You might be able to scan it with an iPad or a phone if you've got a QR reader. If not, if you can type in the little URL address, it will take you to a survey. In one of the upcoming episodes on this channel, I'm going to be writing a narrative, and it would be fantastic if you could sort of give me some insights, give me some sort of creativity as to what that narrative is going to be. Questions involve sort of different characters, what you'd like that character to be wearing, what the setting of the story is. So as much input as possible, and I'll go through the results in a later update, and then we'll start writing something together. It should be pretty fun. So thanks for joining me again today. Hopefully you can put some sentences together, which are pretty cool. Feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this. And whatever you do, make sure you stay safe and keep having fun. Ciao. Click on the banner to subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on the bell to receive notifications of when new videos are posted.